It seems like Selena Gomez and some of Taylor's friends are not really surprised when the news broke out about Tay and Joe Alwyn breaking up. Did they also know that this relationship was bound to end? I mean, they surely met Joe and have seen him in a different way that the fans and other people are portraying him to be. We might never really know the main reason for the supposed end to Taylor and Joe's love story, but we can always pick up on hints and clues that Taylor herself is putting out there for fans to decode. Anyway, we've all witnessed how good Taylor and Selena's friendship is, and even though they've already been friends for a very long time, their relationship just became stronger and more mature. But because of the recent rumors that are going around about Taylor and Joe, some haters cannot help but point out Taylor and Selena's similarities when it comes to dating and breaking up. A lot of trolls are saying that these two women love the attention and wanted to always play the victim. I guess if you're as big as these icons, you would really have a lot of people waiting for your downfall. But this friendship has seen different relationships as well. How could anyone forget Taylor's disgusted reaction to Justin and Selena backstage at the Billboard Music Awards in 2013? At that time, Justin was booed by the audience and he was seen waiting for Gomez backstage. When Selena walked past him with Taylor, Justin decided to talk to her, and Taylor's reaction that time was gold. She must have heard all the stories about Justin and how toxic he could be to Selena. On the other hand, Taylor have had rocky relationships as well. All her past romances before Joe Alwyn were all very known to the public. The media was always trying to get to the details of all her love affairs before. Many people have tried to drag her down just because of her dating history, to the point that they're disregarding her talent just to blame her for all the failed relationships that she had. To be honest, the media and a lot of people have been so hard on her from the start to the peak of her career. I don't know about you, but this girl has proven a lot of times how talented she is and how much she values her craft. If you can't see past her mistakes, then you definitely are a hater. But she always has been sassy and knows how to clap back, especially when it comes to inappropriate remarks about her love life. When the interviewer told her, "I just wanted to show the legs because as I was telling you ahead of time, you would walk home with more than maybe just a trophy tonight. I think lots of men." Obviously, the host was trying to say that Taylor will be going home with a new guy, and she immediately had a witty comeback saying, "I'm not gonna walk home with any men tonight. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends and then I'll go home to the cats." Really, no matter how hard these people tried to comment on her dating history, she's always too smart to get the upper hand in certain situations. This was not the only iconic moment she shut down her trolls and haters. She once tweeted this on her 25th birthday. She wrote, "As my 25th birthday present from the media, I'd like you to stop accusing all my friends of dating me." But even though her past have a public spectacle that the media and people thought that they had the right to pry on, her relationship with Joe was very different. She was in a very hard situation when she met him and when they started their romance. If we're gonna base it on her song, she and Joe met at the Met Gala in 2016. Since then, people have been keeping watchful eyes towards the pair. Though it took some time for fans to be certain that they're actually in a relationship, they eventually got confirmation through more interactions and songs about Joe Alwyn. They can no longer escape the public attention, especially when some of their friends started spilling the beans. When Ed Sheeran was asked about Joe, he said, "He's really nice, really friendly, really good dude." But before we get deeper into the video, if you love Selena and Taylor, then make sure they subscribe to our channel right away. I will always keep you on the loop about what's new in their lives and more. Joe was really private and never really gave away any important details about their relationship, even though he had been directly asked about it. When he was being interviewed by British Vogue, he said, "I'm aware people want to know about that side of things. I think we have been successfully very private and that has now sunk in for people, but I really prefer to talk about work." Joe was a breath of fresh air for Taylor for sure, especially when they started dating. For once, there were no photo ops and not much pressure coming from the media. It was as if they were in a little bubble that no one could get through. Their privacy was also one of the things that the Swifties loved and adored about them. That's why it was so shocking for many when the news about their split broke out. But what does Selena, Taylor's bestie, have to say about Joe? In 2017, she was interviewed on SiriusXM's The Morning Mashup. She was linked to The Weeknd at that time, and the interviewer asked her about Joe as well. She laughed and said, "Honestly, if my friends are so happy, that makes me happy. That's all I care about, so I'm super stoked too. It's been a good time." Though she did not comment about him directly, people thought that she was not really fond of him because of her answer. Maybe that's the case, or she just wanted to respect their privacy as well. But Sago was not alone in not being fond with Joe Alwyn. When Shawn Mendes was asked about what he thinks of Joe Alwyn, he said, he's kind of got a little bit of a villain look about him. He looks like a nice guy, but he, at the moment, could turn into a villain. He's got really blue eyes and I struggle with eyes that blue. I find it easier to trust brown eyes. That must have been his first impression of him, but by the looks of it, none of Taylor's friends in the industry have had the time to really bond with him and get to know him better. Maybe that's just really how private he is, but thinking about how popular Taylor is, you can never really expect her to be gone from the spotlight for a very long time. Do you think that the breakup was just really about Taylor's popularity? I would love to know your thoughts, so comment them down below. In her documentary, Miss Americana, Taylor showed appreciation to Joe so much by saying, "I was falling in love with someone who had a wonderfully normal, balanced life. We decided together that we wanted our relationship to be private. I was happy, but I wasn't happy in the way that I was trained to be happy. It was happiness without anyone else's input. We were just happy." You see, when you're this in love, people would really root for your relationship, but what actually went wrong with Taylor and Joe for them to call it quits? Many fans expected that Taylor's fame would not hinder their private romance, but apparently it became the main reason why they ended their 6-year relationship. According to an insider, Taylor and Joe are in totally different places in their lives right now. It was more of Taylor's decision to break up, but both of them realized that they weren't completely right for one another. They had been together for such a long time and were spending so much time together, but their personalities were just too different. Joe was more introverted, shy, and quiet. More hints were uncovered about the breakup, and even though Taylor and Joe are not confirming anything, it was obvious that there is something going on as Tay got emotional when she was singing Champagne Problems on her concert for her Eras tour. Another source spilled this: Joe has struggled with Taylor's level of fame and the attention from the public. The differences in their personalities have also become harder to ignore after years together. They've grown apart. But as I've mentioned, it will be impossible for Taylor to completely be gone from the limelight. Besides, Joe knew what he was getting himself into, and based on Taylor's songs about him, she was really thankful for him for accepting her as she is. But sadly, there's only so much that someone can endure, and Joe might no longer be up for the scrutiny, especially that Taylor is now on her Eras tour. But what is making this breakup even sadder is the fact that there were rumors going around just a few months ago that Taylor and Joe were already talking about marriage. This would hurt so many hearts if Midnight Rain was actually written for Joe. But if they really broke up, they're keeping it as low-key as the start of their romance. Some fans are still hopeful, but we cannot turn away from the fact that there are some obvious hints and clues that Taylor herself has been showing us all along. Also, it might be impossible for her and Joe to actually comment directly on this. Many big media outlets have also reported about this, which likely means that the rumors about their breakup are real this time. But no matter the opinions of Taylor's friends on the matter, it was likely the least of their concern in their relationship. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos.